For years, Cleveland has been synonymous with some of the best and most popular wedges on the PGA Tour as well as at the recreational level, with the 588 wedges as well as this wedge here, which is the RTX4. But you'll notice that design-wise, this is a muscleback, and not many players in golf play with muscleback irons. So the company decided to really come out a few years ago with a new wedge lineup called the CBX, which obviously stands for cavity back. And new for 2019, the CBX2 lineup of wedges has just arrived. And these are for players who are looking for a little bit of forgiveness, but really also want to generate a lot of spin and have a lot of control around the greens. As you can see, the CBX2 wedges have a large cavity back design. That's going to push more of the overall weight of the golf club towards the perimeter. What you can't see, however, is that a little section just underneath where the shaft comes into the heel section here has been allowed to remain hollow. That pushes more of the overall weight towards the toe. So the center of gravity is just a little bit towards the toe side. And that's because most players, if they're going to miss-hit a wedge shot, are probably going to miss towards the toe. And by having a little bit more mass on that side and shifting the center of gravity that way, it's going to give a little bit better performance. To enhance the performance going through the turf, through the sand, and through the grass, Cleveland designed the soles of the different CBX2 wedges in different unique patterns based on each club's loft. So when you get into pitching wedges and gap wedges, it's a traditional V sole that you can see right here, and that's going to be very iron-like. It's going to make an easy transition from your irons into your gap wedges and your pitching wedges. The sand wedges have a much wider toe section here, as well as a little bit of scalloping on this S sole. That's going to really do well through the sand and help to keep the club moving. When you get into the lob wedges, the 58 and the 60 degree, there's a C grind here with excessive amount of material having been removed both from the heel and the toe section. You can really open this wedge up on tight lies and get the leading edge underneath the ball to hit pop-up, flop shots, and all different kinds of shots around the green. Lots of versatility with the sole grinds designed here. One of the most unique stories, however, of the Cleveland CBX2 wedges comes on the face. Cleveland has, for a long time, been working on developing more surface roughness across the face to create more friction and more spin. And in these wedges, they've been given Tour zip grooves, which is sharp and basically has as large a volume as the USGA and the RNA allowed. But in addition to those zip grooves, there's also a circular rotating pattern, a milling pattern that you can see very clearly. And in between the individual zip grooves, lasers have been used to etch out even more grooves. So what you have is a combination of grooves and surface roughening treatments that come here, create a lot more friction and a lot more spin. And around the greens, more spin means more control. With loft offerings from 46 to 60 degrees, working with a good custom fitter, the Cleveland CBX2 lineup of wedges should be able to fit a vast number of players who are looking for more spin and more control around the greens, but also want a touch of forgiveness.